Hello, good evening everyone. Daniel Wagner here with a really exciting short webinar. A little bit short notice, guys, but sometimes, as you know, special events call for special actions. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually start recording my screen, and we're going to start right now. So guys, before we do this, can you just give me a little bit of feedback if you can actually hear me, because that's quite important. So please use the question box to just let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Okay, that's good, that's good. Mark, Mel, okay, fantastic. We've got quite a lot of people here, which is really exciting because we did a last minute announcement about this webinar. And let's just see what happens in the next few minutes. So we're gonna hang on for a couple more minutes before we get started. Let me just double check that James is on the line as well. James, you're somewhere in the background?
Hello, good evening everyone. Yes, I'm here.
Hey, fantastic, fantastic. You're doing a recording, James, of the webinar, or is that gonna be
Uh,
a one-off?
no, I'm definitely recording on one of my machines and keeping
Oh,
my
that's
fingers
good.
crossed.
That's good. Okay, good. I will create a backup here just in case.
Okay.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. I'd love to actually get started right away because there's a lot of stuff to cover. But let me just give you a little bit of an introduction. So I want to share my screen so you can see what's going on, and you can see my screen. Hopefully, can you see my screen, James? Is it all working as intended?
All looking good. A little bit small. Can you zoom in a touch?
Zoom in. I'm sure we can. There must be a little thing here which says view fit map. So is that better?
Much better.
Cool, cool, cool. Fantastic. All right, guys. So this event, this special webinar tonight, has got a couple of reasons. Number one is we want to celebrate the launch of our Expert Success Formula book, which is literally come off the printer press Saturday morning, which is like just about a week ago, and we sold over 100 copies at the Property Super Conference, and we already had some great feedback on that, which is really good. But even more importantly, in our strive to achieve kind of world domination, we've actually had a fantastic day with a branding expert of a different caliber. I mean, I'm a good guy, I know my stuff in personal brand, but the guy we had in the office yesterday, his name is BJ Cunningham, and he is been one of the instrumental guys in the rebranding of some major brands out there, including a well-known fast food restaurant. You might have seen some rebranding going on there some time ago, working with the likes of KPMG and some of the big banks. So just an incredible guy who's got 20 years of branding experience. And I wanted to just run some of our stuff by him to number one, check sanity check if what we're doing here with the personal brand is indeed a message that rings true to a veteran in the industry and what he thought about it. But even more importantly for us as a business, we wanted him to look over where we're going with our brand. And like many of us small businesses, and I assume that most of you listening in tonight are small businesses, solopreneurs, or even employees looking to actually get into business. For many of you, branding is normally an accident or a side product of, just getting stuff done. There is not a lot of conscious thought or a lot of conscious strategic planning that goes into your brand. Now, the personal brand is maybe the first time ever you thought about how to use it, but there's a lot more to that meets the eye when you get started. So let me just very quickly, I wanted to actually show you some photos from yesterday, which I won't be able to do. Didn't manage to upload them yet, but we spent all day, 7 hours, with Mr. Cunningham, and he has given me a really clear blueprint which I want to share with you tonight. There's going to be some top value in that, and I also want to talk about our event, the Expert Success Formula Live, which is a great way to explore a lot more what's in the book. So the book is obviously the 3 steps. We're going to talk about those 3 steps, but the Expert Success Formula Live is a 6-hour training day, an exploration event where we do exercises, a bit of coaching, workshop style, and you just get a lot more information about the 3 important steps to create overnight authority. So the title of our webinar is how to create overnight authority in any market using personal brand. And of course, that's exactly what we're going to do. So let's get started. It's just 5 minutes past. Some people are still slowly trickling in. So the ones who come late, they already missed some really cool stuff. I talked in the introduction about BJ Cunningham and his day with us, and I just really would urge you guys to be on time. You know, I want to start a webinar on time. I want to start for everyone who is on time and not kind of just diddle around for 10 minutes until everyone's landed. So let's just go right into it. For tonight, I want to talk about how to create overnight authority. I will do that by touching on some of the main points here, and let me just do that one at a time. We've got 5 main points we want to cover, and I just want to get started with the first point tonight. And the first point is very, very crucially, I want to outline and explain to you the big difference between business brand, product brand, and personal brand. And I'm pretty certain that many of you have up to tonight never given that a lot of thought. And let me actually take a quick poll here. Can you just raise your hand if this is the first time tonight? Use the raise my hand button the first time that you're going to spend at least 5 minutes thinking about the difference between a business brand, a product brand, and a personal brand. So if you just raise your hand, use the raise my hand button and let me know. Okay, whoa, okay, a lot of hands going up. Okay, that's what I thought. And you know what? I don't blame you for it. You are forgiven because, of course, that's not your main expertise. And I want to make it very simple for you and outline what the 3 different super points are here. Okay, so let me just go a little bit, zoom in here so you see that really well. So let me talk about this, and I'll give you 3 examples which I really believe make that point extremely, extremely clear. Let's talk about a business brand, a product brand, and a personal brand as an example. Let's start with Heinz, which is my example for a business brand. Now, Heinz is obviously a business that everyone's aware of, and what Heinz have done, they literally created their own brand, and what they've done, what they ship or what they sell are just generic products. So if you look at Heinz branding, it's Heinz mayonnaise, Heinz tomato ketchup, Heinz baked beans. And the business brand that is Heinz literally ships and sells all the products that are related with it. Now, it is a subtle difference to the product brand, which I'm going to talk to you in a minute, and that's quite important. If we look at the Audi situation, Audi has actually created products like the Q7, the Q5, the Q3, the A4, and we're looking at a product brand like the Audi Q7, okay, the Audi and A5. And this is not a generic thing, so it's not like Audi baked beans or Audi cornflakes, okay? So Audi has literally created products which come to life and get all their strength through the brand Audi. Now, when we look at Heinz and Audi, and obviously you know that you can buy value baked beans at Tesco or Sainsbury for like 20p, and you spend £1 for Heinz. Now, that is the power of brand, of course, because the product in the tin is more or less the same. So this is the power, and this is why corporate branding in the big business is really so expensive, because for owning the space for baked beans in our minds, or in Nike's world for trainers, costs people many years of very expensive advertising. Let's look at personal brand as a third option, and in my case, possibly my favorite one, because that's the thing that we're passionate about, that we're teaching. And in personal branding, what we do is we have the personal brand behind it. And remember, the important question, the overall important question is, who drives the value of the business? So what drives the value of the business? Now, James and I, we set up a business called Wagner Watson, and we got products like digital product creation secrets and all that. But what drives the value in our business is very clearly me, Daniel Wagner. And this is by no disrespect to the hard work of all the team, but I am the face of the brand. So a personal brand is actually different to the person. Daniel Wagner, the personal brand, is very different to Daniel Wagner, the person. But I'm on stage, I do the videos, I'm out there bringing in the business. I'm the sizzle of the brand. So when you make a decision, let's say you're a coach or a trainer or a speaker, and you're tempted to call your business universalevents.com, then that's maybe a bad choice, because Universal Events is not a recognized brand. It doesn't drive the value. It's not the consistent message, but it would be yourname.com. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the brand, and I actually got a great announcement to make that I have been putting some work into my personal brand, and here's actually an update. You can see here an image of the new brand, danielwagner.com, right now. We're still working on that. It's obviously in line with the Expert Success Formula. And what I love to do, guys, this is a premiere, network premiere, so to say. Just give me your first kind of initial feedback. Seeing that brand, just give me like 7, 8, 9, 10 if you like it, and 1, 2, 3, 4 if you think it stinks. Let me just give you some first feedback. It's very valuable for me. Just give me some feedback here. Okay, that's pretty good. People like it good. Okay. Thank you, Brennan. Yes, I'm aware of that. Okay. Okay. So most people think it's some good feedback. Okay, a few people don't like the new brand, and you know what? That's just fine. Okay. Cool. Thanks for the feedback, guys. So overall, first litmus test kind of passed. Okay, cool. All right, we're working on it, by the way. We're not quite finished with that, so there's more work to go into this. So watch that space. But what is important as well, you will have noticed that we published a book called The Expert Success Formula. So let me talk about the two words, expert success, which is what we call in our world brand architecture. So everything in our world, and in your world as well, if you're a personal brand fan and want to learn about personal branding, is going to hang off yourname.com, yeah, first name, last name. But the product brands we're creating are called Expert Success something. Let's have a quick look here. We got the Expert Success Formula, which of course, as you know, is the book. We got Expert Success Live, which is actually a live event to the formula. Now, if we have a specific book event, what would happen? That would simply hang here, and it would be Expert Success Formula Live, okay? But Expert Success Live is a live event where we explore expert success. Expert Success Workshop, Expert Success Certification, Expert Success Coaching. For example, we just launched, no, we didn't just launch, that is wrong, guys, but we have also the newsletter. Okay, so the Expert Success newsletter would hang off there, and you can see very quickly the power of having a brand and a message and making that the key distinction. Now, Expert Success is the message we have. It is also the strapline. It is what we want to be known for. When we create straplines on our workshops, the Expert Success workshop, we actually spend time going into the depth about what is the core message, what does your product portfolio do, and how can we help that to deliver value. Okay, so let me do a very quick summary before we move on, and let me just ask you guys on the call, were there some distinctions? Is that something that you kind of just learned by in the first 10 minutes of this call? I tried to explain to you the difference. I hope I did. I didn't just try. I did explain the difference between a business brand, a product brand, and a personal brand, driving the key value proposition. And I showed you examples, for example, Heinz, Audi, and Daniel Wagner as a personal brand example. So if you learned something, guys, then just type me a quick yes in the question. So I know you're there. I know that you just got some good stuff, some feedback. Okay, a few people. Cool. Thanks, guys. I will put it into some more context in the next few minutes, and thanks for your feedback. It's great to see you there. It's great to see you playing. As always on the webinar, I know there are hundreds of people on the webinar, but actually it's hard for me to see what's going on and if you're actually paying attention or what are you doing in the background there. Brilliant. So That being said, let's move on. And let's move to point number 2. And the point number 2 from this webinar is the biggest mistake that people make with branding is indeed mistaking their business brand with their product brand, with their personal brand. Yeah. So the best way to solve that riddle is to ask yourself the big important question: who drives the value? Who delivers the value? What is known to be the business driver? And if the answer is it's you, then it's a clear decision, it's personal brand. If it's a business that sells widgets and you're not in the picture, let's say it's ABC Cars or ABC Car Rental, then this is very clear. Then we need to build the brand positioning for the corporate or business brand ABC Cars. Okay, just to let you know, if that is your choice, it will be a lot harder to create unique positioning in the marketplace. Let me move on to point number 3. Now, here's a proprietary branding system that BJ Cunningham, the gentleman who spent a day with us yesterday, has devised. He's written a book about it. I mean, he's been a best-selling author on that, and we call this the brand architecture. And when you look at what I show you now, this is the actual hand drawing from that day. Let me just zoom out a little bit so you can see that. Let me make it a bit smaller. That might help. Okay, let's make it a bit smaller so you can see that. So this is the actual drawing from yesterday from BJ. And what is powerful about this, I just explained it to you. There is more than just our branding system or brand architecture in this picture, which is like Daniel Wagner, expert success, and then generic underneath: formula, coaching, masterclass, workshop, live events. What is powerful about it? It answers the 3 big questions on brand. Okay, who does it? What is the point? And why should I care? Okay, so it's very important in branding that you decide who is delivering the value, who is doing this. And this could be a person, or it could be, of course, a business or product. What is your point? And that is the strap line. That's the idea about the strap line. What is my point? My point is I can create expert success. And that is the what and the why of the business. What is it we're trying to do? Expert, okay. And why should you care? Because we can actually create success. So we do expert positioning and we create success. And then the last bit, which is how are we doing this? And we're doing this through our products and services that all have a consistent message. Okay. Last but not least, it's important we have a concise visual language. And just in case you do not recognize this attempt of a drawing down here, this is indeed the torch which we introduced for the first time on the Expert Success Formula book. And the torch stands for wisdom, for leadership, for enlightenment, for mission, for knowledge. So it is a very powerful symbol, and that will become the new company logo. That will be the t-shirt logo, okay? We're going to put it into a circle because it makes it more contained, even stronger, and the flame's going to go out of the circle, which also represents the kind of the enlightenment, the dynamic, the flow, and all that stuff, okay? So very, very powerful stuff. And I urge you to spend time looking at your own stuff. If you got multiple products, what do they look like? How do they fit into the picture? Who is driving the value? Okay, and that's really important for the outside world. Some time ago, James used to send out emails, and by the way, when I share this right now with you, when I share with you the next 2 minutes, I want to illustrate and outline to you that we are also learning. We are, okay, ahead of many of you, but we're still learning. Only 6 months ago, we did send out emails on behalf of me and James. It says Daniel Wagner and James Watson. Now, we realized quickly that this is hard for people to imagine. Who is writing the email? Is it Daniel or James? So we had to make a decision and say, okay, who do people know from our business? And it is indeed my name first, Daniel Wagner first. And that's why we decided to make all the messages from me. Now, once you're in our family, once you're in our tribe, everyone knows how important James is, how important his contributions are, and this got nothing to do with the profit structure or the business structure. This is solely to do with the message of branding and how to get your message out there. I hope I made it clear, guys. Fantastic. Let's look at number 4. Number 4, why trademark, and which is the one trademark you actually need? Okay, so the problem with trademarking, it's not enough to just put TM after your name or after your product package. Yeah, so in my case, expert success. If you want to trademark it, you need to register something called a community trademark. The community trademark, if you want to take notes on that, guys, so maybe I can just kind of write it in here. The community trademark will actually safeguard your brand, your kind of uniqueness within the European Union. That means the whole kind of trading space of the EU. I would not recommend, I repeat, not recommend, or you must not register or try to register your name or your company brand worldwide. It will cost you thousands of pounds, and it is almost impossible to enforce anyway. But if you have a registration here in the EU, you can do that for just a few £100 with a lawyer that knows what they're doing. It will give you some standing. First of all, you can use the TM after your name. It also gives you some standing if people should be abusing your name or using a variation of your name online, that you can actually have a standing, say, look, just to let you know, this is a trademark and you're now infringing on this trademark. Okay, so the one you need is community and in the EU, and you should trademark very clearly because you want to make sure that your brand will become a saleable asset. Okay, and that is really one of the key points I want to get across tonight. Let's look at the 5th point. The 5th point is actually what James highlighted, is a case study of one of the brands we've been building in the last few weeks. And we had help there from our good friends Nigel and Sophie, who are in our mastermind group. They've done a fantastic job on their brand, and Tara literally came to our online brand masterclass, our expert success workshop, and we literally built that brand in just a few weeks. Now, let me just give you a little bit of the details here. So first of all, this is a screenshot of Tara's brand, and let's quickly check here. Now, Tara is a property investor. Let's look at the page. She's got a clear, very compelling image, a clean a very clean template she's chosen for her blog. There are different ways to get in touch with her via Facebook, Twitter. You can get your free report, the 7 biggest mistakes, and all this, which by the way did not exist just a few weeks ago. All this has helped Tara to generate over £50,000 in revenue for her business. She had to employ 2 more people because of the extra traffic, and her other business, Blue Bell Properties, and this is a classic example. Blue Bell Properties existed before. It was her standard kind of faceless business, so to say, has started to pick up a lot of traffic from taracoley.com, which is indeed our big message here. Tara Coley, the property investor, get to know her. Through getting to know her, we're going to like her, trust her, and do business with her, which is exactly what happened to the turn of £50,000, 2 new employees, and the phone ringing off the hook. And this is just after a few months. Remember, whenever we talk about brand, we talk about the lifetime value of the personal brand you're building. Okay, absolute fantastic stuff. So that is the case study that we wanted to share. So these were the 5 main points that we just wanted to get to you today. And it was indeed sharing business brand, product brand, and personal brand. The biggest mistake people make with branding, the proprietary branding system and architecture that we developed based on BJ's method that you could copy and should copy, and why you must trademark, and the one you actually need, and also a warning, all the ones you don't need. Last but not least, I just covered with you a short case study of Tara Coley, who is a property investor who didn't have even a website a few months ago for herself, and within just a few weeks she has positioned herself as a top expert, takes business from other people, and has literally positioned herself as an overnight authority, which is the exact point we're making. Tara doesn't know any more than she did a month ago. And by the way, this is by no disrespect, she knows more than enough to do what she does. But the point I'm making, that the perception in the room, the perception in the world with their brand is that she is a highly qualified expert. And that is the difference between before and after. When you've ever seen me do the presentation on personal brand, I always say perception is. And that's a little test for you guys. What do I say? What is perception? Perception equals what? So if you go and type in, what does perception equal? Who knows the answer to that? Okay. Okay, cool. All right, a few good answer. Okay, 3 people got that right straight away, and some more good answers coming through. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, fantastic. Perception is or equals reality. Now this is really scary, guys, because, and by the way, the other answer from Brennan. Brennan said perception is everything. That is also a cool answer. I like mine a little bit better, Brennan, because important is that people see your site and they perceive that you're an expert, and in that moment that becomes the truth. It becomes the reality. That's all they know about you. Now, you might be the top expert in the world in coaching, in property, in branding, as a personal trainer. It doesn't matter what you do, but unless you have a site, unless you have an online presence that shows that, and we can do that quickly with some of the tricks that we share, of course, in our workshops, in our live events, you can quickly create that perception. And I used to say, all things being equal, brand wins the day. Today I know better. Today I know that even if you know less than the other guy, your brand will win the business. Your brand will indeed win the day. So this is the excitement around the Expert Success Formula. This is the excitement for me, because I know we will be helping people. We will be helping people make strides, earn more money. And that's really the message on the book. Let's just scroll over to the book once more. It says, more money, more time, more freedom. The reason is that a personal brand in place will do the qualification of your prospects for you. Okay, by the time people talk to you, they will have seen your brand, they will have watched your video, read your report, and only the ones that qualify will talk to you further. That means by the time they talk to you, highly qualified prospects, which will give you indeed more time. More freedom, because you can start focusing on what you really should be doing, which is driving your business, instead of spending time doing nonsensical tasks, repetitive tasks that don't actually help drive revenue. So this is the power of the brand. I'm pretty excited about one thing I want to share with you right now. And I just zoomed the wrong way. Let me just zoom in a little bit more. I think that's the right way here. View. So what I'd like to do now, guys, is spend just a few minutes talk about Expert Success Formula Live, which is an event we're running. And the event has literally a couple of parameters you need to know about. Number one, let's look at the content. What are we covering on the day? It's a 6-hour event. And what we're going to do on the 6-hour event, my good friends, is spending about 2 hours on each of those 3 legs. These are the 3 parts of the Expert Success Formula. Number one, establish a personal online brand. Number 2, produce powerful products. And number 3, cultivate a buying audience. Now, how are we going to do that? We're actually going to give you some killer content, some stuff I haven't shared before on a webinar or even with my Platinum group. We're going to do a little workshop where you actually get right into the bowels of this topic. And number 3, we're going to do an exercise, so you will walk away with a learning, with a breakthrough on the personal online branding, and you will be able to walk away with crystal clarity on what to do next about your online branding decision. We do the same thing for powerful products. I'm going to share some amazing content about repurposing strategies, about content creation strategies. And then we're going to do a little workshop around that. And then we're going to do an exercise where you, again, will walk away with crystal clarity about your product staircase, one of the most powerful concepts to make big money with little effort. And last but not least, you might have guessed it by now, we're also going to run an incredible little content piece on buying audience, running a little workshop around that, and then we do an exercise which will help you understanding how to build a tribe. What I've been able to achieve in the last few years by building the tribe is not accidental. It does follow a formula which we have reverse engineered, and you will get the nuggets, the steps, the system to do exactly that. I have to quickly interrupt myself because I can see a very good friend of mine, Stephen Conway, on this call. So welcome, Stephen. It's been a while. Lovely to have you on the call tonight. Fantastic. We'll chat soon, Stephen. Look forward to talking to you. All right, guys, back to the content. It's just really great to see Stephen. Stephen has done an amazing job. About a few years ago, he has created my first trailer, my first video trailer. And he's an amazing guy, and I'm very, very happy that he's here tonight. Cool. So this is the content what we're going to cover. Let's talk about date and time. Pretty simple stuff, guys. It is next Saturday, so literally tomorrow week, 17th of March 2012, from 10 till 4. Okay, and we run it at a park inn at London Heathrow. Now we've booked a nice little room. It's for 50 people, so it's not a big event, and it's 10 till 4. That means enough time in the morning to arrive really relaxed. We do like 6 hours training, little breaks of course in between, so don't panic yet. And then what we do after, if you want to hang around a little bit, have a drink, that's absolute perfect time to talk about your future, talk about your strategies to make more money, more time, and also create more freedom for yourself with your business this year. Let's talk about a special offer we put together for you. Pretty simple stuff, guys. It is a £47 ticket. It is a 6-hour training, as I said. As a special bonus, we're actually going to give you for free the Expert Success Formula book. So you're going to get one of those fresh copies. By the way, you cannot even order that copy on Amazon yet. So if you want to get your hands on that book, you've got to get it directly from us, and the best way to do that is pick it up directly at the Expert Success Formula Live. You also get, of course, the Expert Success Formula Mind Map, which is the hundreds of little notes and details that were behind writing the book. So everything that we've used to write the book, all of the secrets are in the mind map. And I think you would agree that a mind map, is what you see here right now, is a great way to show information. You can expand things, you can make them small, large, okay? Really easy. And what we also want to offer you, when you come to the day, you also get the chance to register for a free 20-minute consultation with either myself or one of the Expert Success certified consultants that can really help you see if the formula works for you. So if you want to do that, guys, it's very simple. You just go to click2go.org/live, and what you should be seeing there, so you can go there right now if you want, click2go.org/live. You will end up at a page like the one I'm showing you, and you literally get all the details I've just shared with you. Saturday 17th, you see about the bonuses, you can see what's happening on the day, and everything that you need to do that. Now, just to let you know, we have been selling tickets to that, and we sold 36 tickets with today, and we got 14 available. We will be offering those tickets next week to the 100 people that bought my book over the weekend, but I always want to get my platinum guys and my students and my followers and my tribe the first chance of anything that we offer. So if you want to grab one of those seats, it would be an absolute delight to share with you a whole day exploring the Expert Success Formula, getting more meat on the bone, and see if you can like me and many of my students, exploit that formula as an unfair advantage in this difficult economy. I can only say from people who have tried it and have used it that it really has compelled and really propelled them forward. Absolutely incredible. Cool. So, some great feedback here in the questions. People said, I already bought a ticket. This is really good. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you there. Some people wishing us good luck and can't make it. And Sophie said she can't make it. I'm sorry to hear that, Sophie. There's hopefully other chances to do that as well. Okay, some of our friends from Ireland just say, look, Dan, I can't fly to London every week to see you. Okay, that's fine as well, guys. We will find a good day to do that, yeah?
Daniel, can I just interrupt 1 second?
Yeah, go for it. Actually, I tell you what, James. Why don't you take over for a bit? I forgot to grab some
breathe.
water. I feel it.
You
No, breathing is fine. I've done the breathing, but just gonna grab some water, James. So you take over here. Yeah, 1 second.
All right. So guys, those of you that are platinum members or mastermind members on the call, there is a special price available for you guys. So what you need to do, I'm trying to spot you and send you messages privately, but if you can just send me a question, then I can respond to that question with the information you need to know. So you don't want to buy your ticket until you've read that. But so it would be great to see many of you guys there as well. So that was all I wanted to say. Make sure that those of you that are platinum members or mastermind members, let us know if you'd like to come, as there is a special members rate just for you guys. Other than that, are there any questions? If you have any questions for Daniel, I know that the topic that we've covered is a little bit of a can of worms, if you like. Branding can be very complicated and confusing. And it certainly was to me until yesterday, basically after spending a day with BJ. But not everyone is as fortunate to spend a day with a top branding consultant to really have them demystify different areas of branding. So this is your chance to ask us some questions, and we're right here now for you. Happy to do our best to illuminate you if we can. Let us know, guys.
I'm back. Everything good. So hey, they work quite well with the mind map. What do you think, James?
I think you should ask everyone, guys, I think what they think of the mind map.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Well, maybe. Quick question here. Oh, by the way, let me just give you another success story, fresh off the web. Ted Clohosi from Ireland, who's been on our online brand masterclass, has just told me he just clinched his first speaking gig, and this is because of having a personal online brand out there, and people see he knows what he's talking about. And guess what? He's talking about personal online branding. So how fitting is that? He obviously has to show he knows what he's talking about. Fantastic. Cool. Okay, here's Sophie and James. Sophie and Nigel. Sophie says, guys, she would say to anyone, just be there. This is fantastic stuff. They work with us in the mastermind, and we are great guys. Thank you, Sophie. That's really sweet. Thank you. Great feedback. Absolutely super. Uwe asked me a question here. Uwe said, how does this meeting relate to the course I booked for you over the weekend during the super conference? Uwe, what you booked with us is the 3-day workshop where we do all the work for you. We're going to build your online brand, our team and us, and this is just a preview. I would urge you, if you can, to be there. It will give you a lot of in-depth understanding of what we're going to do at the workshop. But please come along. It is an invitation to explore more, but yes, you got our big ticket. You got the big workshop. So the 3-day brand masterclass that you booked is whatever you see here, but actually done for you. So that is how it relates to that. Okay. James, any questions? I'm a little bit lost now with that.
A lot of people love to buy the book, Daniel. I think we need to explain that the books. The only way they can get a book is actually by coming to the event. Currently, it's not actually available for sale on Amazon or anywhere else.
Okay. So the Yes, unfortunately, as I said, the book is only available. We only printed a limited amount of books as a first edition, and we have our specific reasons for that. So this book cannot be bought online right now, unfortunately. And also for us, we would love to sell them. We got some pre-orders already, but this is literally, we've just got a handful of books. We got one for everyone who comes to the event. So we got 50 books ready for the event, and that's pretty much it. They've all been kind of spoken for. So if you can't make it, I have to say I'm really sorry. You got to wait for at least another 6 weeks, because there are some things we need to sort out with the book. There's some special unique marketing things that we took a bit longer. So it's not just a little paperback we're going to get out there. There's some amazing stuff happening. So I'm really sorry about that. So let me just see who is in there on the list of people I know. So that's obviously okay. Jillian, I definitely gonna walk over and say hello, because she's actually training in a different room. That's great. Karen's just thanking us. Alexei, okay, brilliant. Sorry, Alex, you can't buy the book tonight. Alex, if you want to come along, would love to have you there. Please bring your lovely partner. It would be fantastic to see you there. Gary, okay. No, Gary, you don't have to be at any stage in anything. The great thing with this ESF, the Expert Success Formula, the live event, is you can come totally fresh off the street. You need no previous knowledge. We're just going to do some great philosophy, some great kind of breakthrough concepts, but we then immediately do some exercises around it, so it really becomes clear to you what it is we try to do. Okay, Tom said he missed the beginning. Yes, well, we have recorded it. Can you just tell me which Tom it is? Tom B? Just let me know your surname. Would be nice to know if I know you. Hey, Stephen, are you actually coming along, Stephen? That is a great pleasure. I can't believe it's been years, mate. Look forward to seeing you there. I heard you've done some amazing job with Andy, Stephen. I'd love to talk to you about some of the stuff you do with him there. That's fantastic. Brilliant. Alex is coming as well. Keith just booked, so fantastic. Kubilai just booked. Peter Smith says many things. Oh, he says he have to go. Oh, sorry, Peter. I thought you mean you have to go to the event. Looks like you have to leave us. Goodbye, Peter. Enjoy yourself. Have a great evening. Brilliant. First name, last name. I didn't obviously register properly. Says looking forward to spending some time with us soon. That's good. Looks like wow. Good stuff. Yeah, question on the software we're using. So we look like we're selling those tickets, which is fantastic. Look forward to seeing you guys there. Obviously some good value in here for you. The software I use here is called MindChat. MindChat is just one of the many different, Mind Manager. Here it is, actually, I'll show you. It's called MindChat Mind Manager 8. That is a software for Mac and PC, but that's not the only one. There are many packages out there. Just look for mind maps, and it's a great way of presenting content and getting information out there. So at the moment, guys, this is the only event planned. We have other ones in the diary, but they're not confirmed yet. You can't buy a ticket yet for the May and June event. Our plan is to run one a month of those preview and training days, because we want really to get the message out there about the expert success and how to actually become a successful expert. So any more questions, guys, do let me know. It would be fantastic to chat with any of you. Now, most of the questions actually came with about the event. Is there any more questions regarding the content that we covered tonight? Okay. Yes, Keith, the question is, will you get a book at the event? Yes, let me just quickly run over the offer once more, Keith. So literally, if you look at the offer here, the offer says for the £47 ticket, you get one copy of the Expert Success Formula book. You get access to the mind map. So in essence, you're going to get a file like this, and you can have all the detail. Okay, so you get a digital copy of the Expert Success Formula mind map, and you also can apply for, or book is maybe better. Book a 20-minute consultation, and that is going to be either with a certified expert success coach or with myself. Okay, does it clarify your question, Keith? Yes, Ola, we have recorded this webinar, so I think there will be some more information, and so you can listen again if you choose to. Cool, let's look at the font. Let's just have a quick look. Show fonts. I just want to highlight that. Okay, cool. So Ian had a question. He said, Daniel, can you give some more examples here on the business and product brands? And I'm very happy to do that, of course, Ian. Let's just run through it once more. So the big question you have to ask yourself, who is the value driver? Now, if you think there is a generic product out there, like, let's say, burgers, okay? So a burger is actually a generic product, and the brand behind it makes the burger the value. So McDonald's hamburger, okay, is a different price, a different product, but it's a generic product behind it. Now, what Audi have done to create product brands, they mix the Audi with the Q7, okay? So Audi Q7 is the whole product name, but both of them have to be used together, and it's very powerful branding. Actually, let me give you a bad example of, I don't know if that's a good idea, but the Orange phone company, okay? Last 2 years ago, 3 years ago, Orange thought of changing their talk plans, okay? So let's say we have Orange here, okay? And Orange used to have talk plans, and their talk plans are like, whatever, 60 minutes, 20 minutes. Now, what have Orange done? Who even remembers? Who actually knows what they have done? Okay? What have they done? They created some stupid plans, okay? I think one is called Raccoon, okay? One is called Dolphin or something, yeah? And the problem with that strategy, and by the way, they spend millions and people still don't get it, yeah? Because it's just not logical, and I might not want to be a raccoon or a skunk, and therefore I might choose a different provider. It's just nonsense. But there's no, you see, Orange is the business brand, and then Raccoon would be the product brand because that's their talk plan, correct? But it's just nonsense because you're not going to call it Orange Raccoon. So that means those two are literally disjointed. Yeah, they're disjointed and they're not really connected with Orange. And that is an example of not thinking through your branding architecture. So let me just delete that because it's a bad example and I don't want to put bad examples there.
Can I share another example?
Yeah, go for it, James.
Shared with us, which was the Procter and Gamble, the opposite end of the spectrum of Heinz, if you like.
Yes.
All of the value is in Heinz, the brand, but Procter and Gamble. Those of you that are familiar with Procter and Gamble, well, it's really not a very well known or very well promoted brand with the products that they sell. The value is all 100% in their products, like Colgate and millions of other household objects that are household brand names. They promote put all of their energy into building the brand, and the corporate identity hides in the background.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, it's the same with Kraft, okay? Nobody knows they're buying Kraft food, or and Kraft have bought out hundreds of other food companies. Now, what you see sneaking in sometimes, they now have products like I mean, Nestle bought Cadbury's or something, yeah? So it would say Cadbury's by Nestle. So now they're putting in some of the brand value to promote the product, yeah? So this is what's happening. But here, I think you can clearly see what James outlined. Procter & Gamble, no one knows they're behind the products. So actually, Flash is the brand, okay? Colgate is the brand, but Procter & Gamble is the business behind it, and they stand for certain values, but no one knows. Unless you look at the back of the package, you're actually not aware that Procter & Gamble is behind. So that is product brand first, okay? So I hope that that helped you or highlighted some of that. I mean, for most of you listening tonight, for most of you, the answer is going to be in personal branding. The answer is going to be to using your name, okay, then creating a strapline stroke, what is it you achieve for them, you know, webinar success, okay, and then how do you do it? So what is it you do? This is the who, okay, so let's this is who, and then this is what, and ideally, if you can, why, and then the different products you have, okay, this is how. How are you doing it, okay? And that just makes the whole naming of your products and everything around that very, very easy, okay? So I hope you can see that. I hope so let's say if we had another program, James, let's just invent another project so to see how it fits in. We got a newsletter, we got our coaching levels, we got our certification program, we got our workshop. What else could we do?
Well, we've got DVD, CDs. We've got we might have well,
we could do a webinar course, yeah, or online, yeah. So
we could also do branded, other branded physical goods. You could do, you know, it could be a T-shirt range, as we talked about, and that's not even a joke. It's a serious concept. You might want to do. You might want to brand. If you're going to build your brand so much, you might want to turn it into physical goods because it's going to help reinforce that brand, and your clients might want them.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'll give you an example. When we went to the Digital Marketer conference, the Ryan Dice conference in America, and they were giving away T-shirts with Digital Marketer on. It's not just a gimmicky type thing. Actually, it really does help reinforce the importance of the brand, and that's another key test for whether your brand is really a good one. Does it fit? Does it actually make sense if someone wears a T-shirt with it on there? It's a key concept. So expert success is a concept that someone might want to put on a T-shirt, as is digital marketer. But if it was orange raccoon, I mean, it doesn't really make much sense unless you're trying to be ironic.
It doesn't. And it's really funny because they had some great marketing and advertising for many years, and they just lost it. I don't know if a different agency took over. Don't know what it is. Actually, let's talk about somebody asked about the Virgin brand, which is of course very, very powerful. Now, Virgin is, as you can guess, even higher, almost like a business brand, because Virgin are like an overarching brand, and Virgin lend their brand values to a multitude of different. Virgin is actually it's about the only one in the world, by the way, that has managed to achieve that. Virgin is one of the few brands who works in many, many different sectors. You know, if Virgin do trains, then we know that they will do it a certain way, and that is what this is, the Virgin way. Yeah. So if you look at Virgin, they have underneath phones, or let's say they got Virgin Active, which is my kind of health club. They got trains. They got Atlantic. Okay. They got now money, which is banks. You know, it's Virgin Money. So very, very smart stuff. Okay. But what is unrelated here? You know, Heinz doesn't go into car tires. Yeah. And Audi doesn't produce unrelated products. They stay within a market or niche. Virgin has created brand values, okay? And the values on here is what drives the brand. It is the quirky customer service with a twist. It is like a little bit tongue-in-cheek, innovative stuff, okay? So it doesn't matter what Virgin touch. You might remember a time when Virgin did Virgin Cola. Okay, and you can see that Virgin is in front of everything, and these are generics. Okay, it is in a way like Heinz mayonnaise, okay, Virgin Health Club, Virgin Trains, Virgin Flights, Virgin Bank, Virgin Cola, but with the difference that the brand values go in different market segments, which is very unusual. You don't see many brands in the world do that. Like Procter & Gamble stick with their cleaning products, okay? Kraft and Nestle stick with food, because obviously there's always economies of scale within an industry. So I just hope that that makes sense, guys. Actually, it makes a ton of sense to me, so I'm really excited here. Values driven, that's what I wanted to say. Cool.
Yeah, Daniel, I just want to make a suggestion that just to bring it back to why this is really important for people in individual small businesses. Just because obviously we talk a lot about big company brands here to explain this brand architecture, but just go back to remind people what's the core thing they need to take away from this if they're running a small business or a small enterprise, especially if they're at the core of it.
Are you asking me, or I thought
Well,
you were
yeah,
gonna?
no,
Oh, I
yeah,
see.
if that makes
Oh, it's
sense,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think what is really important, nobody in the world would ever argue against the value of a brand. And let me be very clear. The value of a brand is that trust has been built once and can be leveraged for future transactions and future communications. That means if you get communication from a brand like Virgin and you like the Virgin brand, the buying resistance is much lower for any related product or service because you know what you're getting. You don't have to re-evaluate the proposal. And of course, the same is true with a personal brand. So if you can build a powerful personal brand that people know you're the figurehead, you're the value driver, you're at the front of that, and many of us, most of us are in this business right now where we are the value driver. Now, James and I grow in our business, and we have other routes now that we take, but the core element is exactly the same. It's Daniel Wagner at the front that drives the value, that is the face, that can be remembered. Remember, in the last 7 years, guys, I had many, many businesses which I stopped and started. I developed different products. I made those mistakes. That's why I'm sharing them with you tonight. Don't do that. I used to create a separate domain for every product I built. Grilling the Experts, Digital Product Creation Secrets, Instant Internet Cash Formula, Secret Shortcuts, Your Internet Marketing Tutor. I had so many of them. But none of them had a visual language, none of them had something combined, and none of them hung off some logical thing. They were all just hanging there. Yeah. And here's something very important. If you want to play the game at the level of Virgin, Heinz, Audi, you will need millions. If you do the Procter & Gamble game, it's even worse because every single product brand will need millions. Yeah, you understand that Flash cannot benefit from Colgate. Okay, the Flash floor cleaner needs its own campaign. Yeah, so it's very, very important. Now, the advantage of that model is that you can obviously sell parts of your brand off. You can sell Colgate off without losing Flash. But that's not a situation that many of us are in right now. So if you want to have the best value for money with the best kickback for your business, it's at personal brand. And it doesn't matter if you've already been trading. I mean, we've been trading for years and we can still tweak the model. Or if you're brand new, count your lucky stars that you heard this information here today, because you will be rocket fast tracking the journey to your freedom and success by using those incredible insights that took me years to find and multiples, tens of thousands to develop. Okay, I just give them to you here on this webinar.
Absolutely, and I only hope that the rest of you appreciate that. I have one or two questions that make me question whether some of you have completely got the importance of this, but there's a good question anyway from Keith I'd like to share with everyone, which is, heaven forbid, what happens if you create the brand as a personal name and that person dies? Will it still continue afterwards? Well, Keith, I'll just say immediately, if I go onto the site of jimrohn.com, it looks like to be pretty active site, pretty active brand still going on there. And obviously, unfortunately, Jim passed away, not too long ago. So absolutely, this is the difference between a personal brand and a corporate brand that has a person's name. That's a key distinction. Tony Robbins is another one. It's an enterprise. Whether
I agree.
Tony, frankly, is there or not, it's a whole enterprise. Another example, think about banks. JP Morgan, it's a person's name, isn't it? It's a person. The whole business built around a person's name. There's lots of them in financial services too. So, but that doesn't mean that it's all about one individual. It's just the name of a person given to a corporate identity.
Mm. And actually, I mean, if you look at Sainsbury's, you know, you got Jay Sainsbury, and you know, the brand is still built on the values of the founder many, many years ago. So I do think people brands and person brands can survive you, and you know, there's a good what is this profiling test, James? Myers and Briggs?
Myers-Briggs, yes.
Yeah, Myers-Briggs is like a classic example. Two research scientists, or two kind of people, got together, created a specific profiling test, gave the product their name, personally branded, and that became the product. And then itself, it stands on its own 2 feet, correct? It's now a recognized kind of brand based on a person. So pretty straightforward. Guys, I would love to wrap up. It's 9 o'clock. We had a really long day, and also tomorrow we got some amazing one-to-one brand consultancies going on, which I'm really excited about, helping some people get their personal brands built, which is really cool. But I just want to share some little summary for you. So we had some good main points to cover. We got some great case studies of this stuff working. For some of you, the information didn't seem to be advanced enough. Apologies. It's very hard to match everyone's expertise, but I think for most of you, there were some learnings in there. And quick summary, if you want to join us on the 17th of March in London at the Park Inn, all you got to do is go to click2go.org/live. And you're going to be getting a ticket for just £47, which includes a copy of our Expert Success Formula book, a digital copy of the Expert Success Formula mind map we're going to send to you. You can play with and get all information that we have in there. And you can also book at the event a 20-minute complimentary consultation with myself or one of our certified expert success coaches. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. I hope you had some distinctions tonight. It was really good stuff. And I would really look forward to speak very soon.